Polly and her community is trying to mass report WHICKS community.
What do you want me to say?
Hey, don't mass report or dead people, gang. That's easy. It should be the easiest thing in the world.
What if people want to report that you're allowing people to do genocide in your chat?
Unwilling.
Okay.
Look, I wish to God they would go after like actual problematic actors with as much energy as they go after the center lefty. And I do not think you are a good faith actor in this space. Can I read what my evidence is?
You're the one with she's in your chat, dude.
Okay.
You have people calling for the side of black people in your chat.
I was accused of farming her for content, right? Of using the conversation we were having at the time as content.
Yeah.
And I said, no, that's absolutely not what I'm doing. If I was trying to find it for content, these are the steps I would take. And then her chat was like, oh, so you're threatening to brigade her.
Okay, next up on the plate. I don't even know how to start this. Next up on the plate, there's two dramas that have just developed, okay? First one is pertaining to Whick and Polly. You can't say they have drama and not give me deets. I will be giving you deets shortly.
Guest where they start saying yikesy stuff. I thought Viv was gonna be the first guest, but alright.
But I typically...
The one chatter they're trying to suss out exactly what they can. I can't say my Jews. Let's see. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do our own research on this. I gotta get that extension that allows you to pull the chats down. 100%. He's like, well, we gotta see how safe this space is for my takes. Yeah, this is not a right-wing space at all. It's all fine. It's all nothing to see here.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to drink? Are we allowed to drink alcohol on Twitch?
Apparently, so what I've been heard, somebody has told me, somebody told me that Polly and her community is trying to mass report WHICKS community. I don't know too much about this. This is just the video that I've been given. Here she's talking about pulling my chat. In her screenshots, her chat talks about how they're going to find things to report, and then they do so. They DM me and message me that they are doing this. Oh, yo, that's fucked up a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean a lot.
I hope so. I think what I think you can't do is like shots for subs and stuff like that, right? Like
Okay.
I think you can't do the if you give me subs, I'll take a shot.
Wild.
Okay, well, this is just a really fancy way of me drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
Paul Skull.
Faraday,
How you doing, man?
It's been a while. It's been a
All
while.
right, let's speed it up a little more. We gotta get through this shit.
Okay, yeah, let me pull Whick in to talk about this. Hello?
Hey, give me 1 second, please. Because I got your chat up. Okay. Yeah. So, to be clear, I haven't gone through the entire video. Like, it was a good chunk of time, like about over half an hour, I believe, that the timestamp that I gave you refers to, right? Like half an hour. But again, multiple screenshots. I shared a bunch of them with you, right? Like, it shows that they're going through, right? And they're looking, right? They're actively looking and seeking for things to report, right? Whether they'll find something or not, we'll see, right? But this is what they're currently doing. And this, to add context to why this is happening, to talk to you about why this is being done. Earlier today, Polly wanted to talk to me. She wanted me to come on her stream and talk to her about why I called her a coward. So I decided to give her the courtesy by doing so. So I went on her stream and we had about a 10-15-minute talk, right? Where I called her out once again for calling Portland is Burning a racist and Doobie a Nazi. And I explained my reasoning. And I also defended my take that she was a coward in how she acted, right? During that talk, I was very courteous and kind. I told her I liked her. I thought she was a great voice in this space, and I'm not trying to burn any bridges. I just thought that the behavior she was engaging in was cowardly. Now, I'm currently revising that take, right? I am beginning to like her less. I'm going to be very clear with you, right? But again, I encourage anyone who wants to go look through that and look through the discussion. It's just very clearly indicative of the type of person she is and her community is versus the type of person I am. It's clear as night and day, right? Afterwards, I got off because I'm hungry and I want to eat. I've been streaming all day, right? And so afterwards, I started getting DMs that they were still talking about me and that they were actively trying to seek things to mass report. And the screenshots were provided to me seems to indicate that. And yeah, I'm just trying to get that out there. And so the only thing I'm trying to do here is, so if I am, right, for whatever reason, deplatformed or gotten off, this is why. This right here, right? This mass reporting, this targeting of me, right, by her and her community, or her community at least. I'm not sure if she's directing it or just not stopping it. I can't say either way, right? But one of those two. And it's just a clear-cut case of just mass reporting and things like that. So I just wanted to get it out there and let people know. That's all.
Okay. And who told you about this? Do you know? Or actually, don't tell me who told you.
There's several people. There was a lot of DMs. Okay.
Okay. Damn. Okay. I wonder if Polly's online right now. She'd be willing to talk about this.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah. Let me see if she's around. She says sure. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, Whick, is I'm going to place you in a different chat. Okay.
Okay.
And then I'll ask her if she would be willing to have a chat with both of you moderated with me. Okay.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, not much. Hey, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So, Wick apparently was sent a whole bunch of messages saying that you and your community were trying to mass report him. Is there
It's
any
not
truth
true.
to that? Okay. All right.
Nope.
Okay.
No.
So apparently he was sent these screenshots essentially that people were using to export chat logs. Screenshot that somebody in your chat was talking about exporting chat logs.
Yes,
and
that's correct.
and let's see. And I guess
I mean, I can tell you what I
recording-
think people are probably trying to make something out of that it's not.
Okay.
Is that I had a debate with Whick today. I'm saying there's too many Nazis in your community. You're platforming too many fucking Nazis. And we were watching some of his content, and I was trying to be like, well, this is, I want to figure out where we can skip around to see the Nazi shit. I happened to be watching the VOD, and there was somebody who called for the sterilization of all black women under 35 in just in black and white, and I had to nuke my VOD because I was like, yo, that's fucking that seems pretty genocidal. How is that there? Like, how is that chatter still there? That's probably what they're talking about.
Do you know if Wick or his mods were able to get rid of that person?
I have no idea. That's I mean, like, my only concern was not getting clapped for that shit myself.
Okay, all right, yeah. Well, there is just this one image here. Sorry.
I mean, he's got to clean up his act, because that's I mean, like, you can't have that shit. Like,
Yeah,
like,
no, I
like
agree
there's
with
plenty
you.
of dog whistles in there, but that was that I mean,
Yeah.
Twitch is gonna clap that account, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree with you. And the only thing that I would be concerned is that we don't know if his mods nipped that in the bud or what. But and honestly, I try to give people benefit of the doubt. Like, it's inevitable you're going to have people who come into this. Actually used to be a strategy by people on Cozy TV when they would hate raid people, is that they would go into your chat and they would try to post as many not safe for work or as many yikesy things as they could in your chat, and then they would report you and try to get your channel banned, basically, and that was like a tactic of theirs. So
I know. I was talking about that literally just before that happened. I was
really?
like, Whick better watch out because that's what they do. That's what
Yeah.
happened to like politically provoked. I mean, I described the whole story is that like infiltrated with Nazis and they slowly boil a frog, and you get
Yeah.
more and more used to more and more radicalized rhetoric,
Well,
and the next thing you know, you're gone.
Well, it's not even not even. I mean, yes, sure, there is that, but also just as somebody who's been hate rated by like people on Cozy, what they try to do, it's not even that they're in your chat. If they target you for a hate raid, and I got targeted for like a week straight by them, they'll try to post whatever they can in your chat to show up in the VOD to get you banned, and they'll mass report you to get you banned. And it's something that I've seen happen to other streamers actually, and my mods are pretty good at being on top of it. But I just try to give people like benefit of the doubt, because there are going to be inevitably some people who come into your chat who try to say really, really yikesy stuff, and
Sure.
yeah, and it's hard to tell. But anyways,
there's people in my chat that's been trying to take me down doing that, you know, since I've been talking about it.
Yeah. So there's just this one screenshot that I guess Whick was sent from
All right,
Young
let's have
Black
a look.
Economist.
All right, let me open it here. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to make of this. I haven't seen them today.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I see. Is this the genocidal chat that I was just talking about? Like, I have not seen them today so far as.
Yeah, I think so. Here's your effing genocidal takes. You're a Nazi. Get effed. Do you mind if I bring Whick in to clear up like the miscommunication? I can try and moderate it. Okay, yeah. All right. Hello?
Hey, let me mute your stream real quick so I can don't get the echo. Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't just that I haven't screenshotted all of them. There's one on Twitter, right? That they got sent to me. In one of the screenshots, your community member, I believe Dragon Princess, talks about reporting, right? And actually going through making these reports. So
you have a genocidal chatter.
Why
would it be wrong to report that chatter?
Right. But they weren't reporting that chatter. They were reporting me.
I don't know who they're reporting. I mean, like, I'm not calling for anybody to report you.
I didn't say you were. I've never claimed you were calling. You were calling, but it's clear that you're not. Like, you're not trying to nip this in the bud. That's all. What
do you want me to say?
Hey, don't mass report or brigade people, gang. That's easy. It should be the easiest thing in the world.
What if people want to report that you're allowing people to do genocide in your chat?
Unwilling?
Okay.
Are you right now? Just real quick. Are you right now unwilling to tell your chat not to mass report and brigade?
Of course, nobody should mass report or brigade.
No, not nobody. Your chat specifically.
My chat should not mass report or brigade anybody. I say that all the time.
I believe Polly. She's been on the receiving end of that. And she knows what it's like to kind of have that type of like
Dragon Princess is telling me right now she didn't even report you. So get the fuck out of here with this.
If the screenshots change, she is.
To be fair to Whick, it's like when the screenshots are there saying that she's going to report Whick, then it's understandable that he would be on edge about it. Okay, so it looks like Polly is saying that people were talking about reporting at least that one chatter that was in your chat, Whick. What was the name of the chatter? Do either of you remember?
I don't remember. I remember the incidents because if you go through the VOD, you'll see a point in time where I say chat. Like I stop my conversation, I say chat. What are you doing? Mods, get on it, right?
Yeah.
So I do call this out and I do tell them, but I was in the middle of a conversation, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So nobody did anything about it? Like there was multiple chats. Like this wasn't the only one. Like there was a whole genocidal discussion going on.
Well, I don't know if
That's why I wanted to pull the logs to be like, what the fuck? So I could tell you, Whick, I'm not making shit up when I say there's Nazis in your community, dude. Like, you got to open your fucking eyes.
well,
Like,
okay,
you should take this as the friendly reminder that you could end up being
with
like
all
Felix
the evidence
Revoke.
we have, Polly, with all the remarks from your chat, the master reporters and brigaders in your chat, right? Like your chat is full of master brigaders and reporters, right?
Wait a
We've
second.
seen the
Hold on
screenshots.
a second. That
Like,
is
we've
an
seen the
unfair
screenshots that show this.
characterization.
What are you
Fuck
talking about?
you,
This
Okay,
is
okay, wait a minute,
this is how you find no.
Everybody,
This is
everybody
what
pause,
this is what it said.
pause,
I'm going to
pause,
read it
You are
verbatim.
accusing me of
Hey,
you are
Verbatim. Verbatim.
Pause.
You're
Pause. Everybody pause. Okay. Sorry. So, okay, to be fair, young black economist did message somebody. Did they message you, Whick?
Me directly. Yep.
Okay, and said, here's your effing genocidal takes, you're a Nazi, get effed. That seems like a pretty clear, accusation, where, and knowing, YBE's history, they do have a history of, being, instigatory, and trying to get people, reported, essentially, right? So to be fair, right, they do have a history of that. I'm not saying that that's indicative of Polly or her community as a whole trying to report Whick, but I do want to be fair in that one assessment. I forgot where I was going with this, though. So continue.
Okay, but even in that one assessment, again, can I tell you this? That the accusation that I am engaging in sort of brigading and mass reporting is trying to TOS me. Like I don't want people to do that. I don't think it's good. It could be weaponized against me.
I'm
literally
okay.
Wait.
You can take action or not.
Okay. Let's
Give
let
me
Polly finish.
show me the evidence then.
Let's let Polly finish what she's saying, and then Whick, you will get your chance to
Please,
say what you'd
thank
like to say. Okay.
Well, what I'm saying is that it seems awfully fucking if you're gonna accuse me of doing something that could be, if taken seriously, could result in me being taken down, it seems like you're like missing the entire point. You're trying to misdirect people into thinking that I'm doing some sort of mass brigading and reporting, and thus, by virtue of your accusation, will result in me getting fucking brigaded and reported. So why don't you just shut up and send me whatever evidence you have privately if you think there's anything?
I don't trust you. You have lost all credibility with me. I do not trust you.
And why am I
I do not trust you, and I do not think you are a good faith actor in this space. Can I read what my evidence is?
You're the one with Nazis in your chat, dude.
Okay.
You have people calling for the genocide of black people in your chat.
What? Please.
And I'm the bad faith one? Get
Please.
the fuck out of here.
To be fair,
absolutely.
Again, once again, I have had people who will come into my chat who know people have eyes on me and will try to post really yikes stuff just to get me into trouble. So I don't want to completely throw Whick under the bus just because of one chatter, especially when he has, he's in the middle of a conversation, and it should be up to mods to be on top of that.
And to be clear, they're still messaging me. Young black economist is right now. Okay, fair enough.
Sorry. Okay. But there were I don't think that Whick is saying that people should do anything, right, regarding Polly. If anything, I've made it very clear in my stream. I have a little thing running at the bottom here, okay? Please be respectful of everyone involved. I will not tolerate people from our community going on to other platforms and harassing people. I take it very seriously, chat. I will ban you from everything, okay? Secondly, okay, I do not want anybody to get reported or anything like that for this, okay? Secondly, there are some screenshots, and I can send them over to Polly, that Whick was sending me. Give me 1 second here.
So let me ask you a question, Wick. You're
Because
sending
you're
all
gonna
these
let me read this.
screenshots to
You're gonna
hold
shut up.
Jesus
You're going to
Christ, dude.
shut
Are
up,
you gonna
and you're
let
going to let me read this because you can
Wait,
you've talked
hold
enough.
hey,
Try to weasel your way
hey,
out of this enough. I'm going to read.
easy,
And remember,
easy there,
these quotes,
Chief.
Wait.
Be
and remember,
careful
these
how you're
quotes.
talking
Can
to
you
Just
mute
me.
her?
one
Can you
second.
mute her so
Let's
I can
let.
actually do this?
You mute me,
No,
I'm gone.
mute her.
Wait.
Mute her right now.
Wait. I promise. I promise. I promise. I will let both of you have a moment to speak. Okay. I promise. But I don't. Oh, she left. I don't want anybody. Okay. So I'm gonna send these to Polly. Hopefully she will come back. And just a second here. Hopefully she'll come back. Mods, please let me know if you see Polly, okay? Anyways. So, Wick, you wanted to read some of these messages.
Please.
I will send them to Polly in the meantime. So go ahead, read the messages that you have.
And to add context, these aren't just random chatters. These are VIPs. VIPs in her chat. Okay? So they are not just people who are around. They are valued, very important people in her community. This first one is from Leia HCIC. I have the link, the Chrome extension that exports chat logs. It can be a little wonky sometimes, like if you export the chat midstream and then try to do it again at the end of the stream, it only pulls the same info. You have to clear your cache and then rerun the export at the end, but it's easily translated to an Excel file after downloading. I can whisper it to a mod if they want to check it out. Shakespeare, again, a VIP, says someone randomly posts the N-word with an emoji of some sort. Let me keep going. Dragon Princess says, and I quote, I reported the 3 people talking about sterilization. I got more explicit a couple minutes later. You did good.
Okay, so just let me pause you there. Just to be fair, right? It says, who's the one who's typing this? I reported the 3 people.
Dragon Princess, I believe. Yes.
Dragon Princess. I reported the 3 people talking about sterilization. Okay, so to be fair to Polly's community, okay, they are saying that they reported the 3 people talking about sterilization, not you, right? So, I just want I want to be fair to both sides on this.
Fair enough.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Mm-hmm.
My whole entire point is, right, like she knows this is happening, right? She knows that this is occurring, right? Or at least I'm going to be as, I hate to do this, but I'm going to be as good faith as possible because I try to hold my hands at it. Let's say she didn't read this chat. PollyPeople doesn't know what's going on. She's not paying any attention, right? But this idea, right, that her chat isn't engaged in these things where they're coming at me, right? And they're coming at me because, again, I sent you more clips of they're currently doing it. Young Black Economist currently doing it, where she's just coming at me hot. These are, I don't know how else to say it, but very threatening messages towards my channel. I had to delete, right, my VOD, right, just in case, because again, the behavior these people have engaged in is just untrustworthy entirely. I have to protect my channel. I just have to, right? And if you're going to come after my channel, I'm gonna take steps, and the steps I'm going to take is I'm going to make crystal clear what is going on. I'm going to provide all the screenshots I have, all the logs I have, all the videos I have, everything I need to do to show you, the audience, right, and you, Stardust, what is going on, and you can decide.
Okay. All right. So just to be fair, I understand what you're saying. You've read to Dragon Princess's message. What were the other messages that you found that you thought were problematic to yourself, at least?
There's a lot. Give me a sec.
Okay.
This is from, I can send you this one. This is from Twitter, right? Let me screenshot.
What's free speech if not for some classic eugenics, huh, Whick? Unpublished. Those are just making digs, right? I wouldn't call those specifically like threats towards you or anything like
Sure,
that.
not like
yeah.
we're just grabbing they're
Yeah.
grabbing like the chat here.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm being linked more stuff as we go, right? So this is people are pulling clips, pulling the VOD, and you're going to be able to see. And again, right? You can look and you can decide for yourselves. I'm just getting this all out there. I'm getting this all out in the open. It seems to be pretty clear that at least some members of her community, right? Whether she's leading it or not, I don't know. I can't make that claim. But some members of her community are currently trying to get me demodded. I think that's just clear.
Let me see here. Okay. So let me see here. Did you know that you have people in your chat advocating to sterilize Black women under 35 to solve the school prison pipeline? 10627 was the timestamp from the VOD today. How do your mods let that slide? Yikes. Okay. So again, you know, it is one chatter, so I do want to be like, I want to give people good faith here and say that, you know, this doesn't necessarily mean that they're like reporting you, Whick, but Leah saying that about the chat export definitely looks kind of sus, right? Do you have some other stuff that might, I mean, this is obviously harassment, at least, you know, this is them messaging
Look, and I want to be clear,
platform.
I'm not trying to get Polly, right, deplatformed with all this antithetical to what I believe, right? What I'm doing is I'm simply saying, I'm letting it be known that if I get taken down, this is why, right? So people know, right?
Yeah.
This is why.
Yeah, accusing Whick of being a Nazi as well from this YBE is it is not right either, because you're accusing Whick, if Whick saying that I suspect there are people in your chat mass reporting me is somehow TOS baiting or something like that, definitely calling Whick a Nazi is TOS baiting. So I would say that much. And claiming that there's Nazi rhetoric in his chat is also, you know, very clearly accusing him of accusing him of violating TOS.
Absolutely. They're a continuous like drumbeat of this, just that I am harboring Nazis, right? That was the accusation from multiple sources recently that I had the whole discussion about on Tuesday, is that I was somehow harboring Nazis or facilitating the rise of Nazis, okay? And look, when Polly got banned from Twitter, I stuck up for her. I reached out to her, and let me provide you that screenshot real quick of me reaching out to her and saying, how can I help? Which is, again, frustrating to me that I've bent over backwards in many cases, right, to try to defend her. And this is what's happening, right? Give me a second. Okay, let me screenshot this and send it to you. There you go. So again, this is something I want to help her with, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Okay. Shakespeare's in my chat saying, Stars, just so it's known, YBE has not been in Polly's chat at all today. They weren't in my stream either, which preceded Polly's, so they watched it on their own time. Okay. Yeah, just YBE is known for being pretty unhinged, you know, and just accusing somebody of like Nazi rhetoric. Like, once you get large enough as a content creator, this is like a good lesson for anybody really. Once you get large enough as a content creator, and you have enough eyes on you, there are going to be people who come into your chat who will post yikesy shit, and you try to get rid of them as soon as possible. And it's not always, nobody is perfect, right? Nobody is perfect 100% of the time. We hope to be perfect, but there are going to be times where we slip up. And it's worth acknowledging that much, I try to extend some charitability to everybody in that direction. But YBE is problematic. They have come into my chat and they have like insulted me and berated me and tried to get me reported, tried to get me banned, have insulted me. They're very problematic. So what was okay?
So again, this is all I have so far, but
Yeah.
people are sending me more stuff. They say they're collecting it and gathering it,
Yeah.
and as they come, I'll give
Yeah.
it. And again,
But this is
I haven't. To
I
be clear,
will
I
say
haven't seen the stuff they sent me. So.
this is very clearly harassment off platform, right? This is the type of thing. If anybody in my chat does something like this, you will get banned. You will get blocked on every platform. I'm not joking. Okay. So don't do it. But yeah, this is like, two different people have messaged Whick, right? It's probably not the best. Anyways, let me see if there's anything. Whick, what actions from Polly would you like in this scenario?
Man, okay,
To
so
make things right, I
sure,
guess.
sure. I think that look, to her credit, taking the step of saying, hey, don't fucking mass report and don't brigade. That was a good step that she took. I think that was that's a
Yeah,
clear,
I thought that was a good step from her too. I think
yeah, no doubt.
I would like to agree
Look,
with you that I think that was a good step from her.
Mhm.
Sorry, go ahead.
And honestly, like at this point, I just want again very clear, like ideally she just apologized for calling me a harbor of Nazis, but I know she's not going to do that, so I don't expect that, right? I wouldn't even ask for that at this juncture, but at the same time, right? Like if even the hint of people trying to mass report me, like I would ask her to just put a tap on that, and I will do the same. If anyone, and I want to be clear to any Wickers watching, if anyone in my community is trying to go get revenge or whatever, stop that shit now. Let me handle this. I'm a big boy. I can defend myself. Okay.
Yeah.
If you want to if you want to send me clips or whatever, sure. But yeah, I can handle
Polly
myself.
Has been, to be fair to Polly, she's been like the target of somebody trying to mass report people as well, right? So I don't think that I don't think that she's somebody who, especially after that, would themselves be pro mass reporting, right? But or at least I would hope not. But I think that was nice of her to say that people in her community should not be doing that. Okay, Black Yamato wants to join. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, join the lobby, Black Yamato, if you'd like to join. Okay. Am I doing okay as a moderator, Whick?
Well, yes.
Okay.
Mostly. I'm not in the space to accurately judge. Let's say that.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to,
Well, I'm just frustrated because I go like, you know me, right? You know me. This is my whole shtick, right? We don't engage in these types of activities. We just don't. It's harmful to the space. Look, I wish to God they would go after like actual problematic actors with as much energy as they go after the central lefty in their community, right? Like if they would go after the people they are calling the supposed Nazis, I'm allowing into my community, if they go after them as with the same energy and kind of will that they have me, maybe they'd actually get something done, right? But they're trying to, it's just this weird pure secondary sanction purifying the platform of anyone who doesn't kowtow or agree anyway. But yeah, that's how I handle these situations. If you come at my community like this, I will act immediately to get all the information out there as fast as possible to as many people as possible and let it be known, because again, I am doing my best to make sure that my community is a safe space for not having all this toss shit, right? And again, I reach out to my mods, and you can see in the VOD, right? Probably that VOD that they're saying that I call this out and say, mods, deal with this, right? And I hope they did. But just
Okay.
because this is having extra attention, I did have to
Yeah.
delete the VOD in case they missed anything, and I don't know if they did.
Yeah, and that's fair enough. I see Black Yamato in the lobby. Before I drag him in, I just want to say, Lefty Angler in the chat says, Stardust, no one was reporting Whick. Dragon Princess just reported that one chatter who called for for Black women to be sterilized. Okay. If that's the case, then that's good that they weren't mass reporting Whick. However, I would still say the accusation that like he harbors Nazis or that he himself is a Nazi, or that his mods allow Nazi stuff is TOS kind of, you know, basically you're accusing him of TOS stuff on its own, right? So, Dragon Princess says, Stardust, I'm the only one who reported anyone, and it was only the people who literally said that they wanted to forcibly sterilize Black women. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I disagree with that. I don't think that's right. You know, obviously that's like really disgusting to say, right? But I think that it's sorry, give me my brain is freezing right now. I obviously think that that's like a really horrible thing for somebody to say, but as somebody who has had people who come into my chat just to say things or just to make me look bad, or just try to say things to make me look crazy, you know, I can understand that. So, oh my gosh, did somebody raid me?
Yeah, not so erudite. Hey, not so erudite.
my
We're
gosh.
talking about the you know,
Hi, Not So Erudite.
issues I'm having currently.
Oh, Dragon Princess says, which is why I didn't report Whick. Okay. Okay, so let me pull Black Yamato in. Okay. Hello?
Hey, finally here. Okay, what happened? What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Have you not watched the whole? Oh,
you want us?
we just went over this.
I did.
I mean, let me understand this, Black Yamato. You come into my chat. You come to my thing. You saying I want to call in. Okay. I think, oh, Black Yamato knows something. Maybe he wants to call in. You know what? And then as soon as I pull you in, you're like, what happened? I just
no.
I
want to know what. Like, I don't know about
this is gonna be helpful.
I don't know about the screenshots or anything now. So you said like people sent you messages and stuff like that. I see the one Twitter message, but you said like Discord DMs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. So
YBE was sending messages as well. Yeah.
I know that Polly is against mass flagging and all that. She's talked about that with the adjacent society stuff.
Yeah.
So that's not like something that that's something that she's for. I will say if this thing could holy fuck, kind of nervous. All right, so I do think that this conversation could have been like handled a bit better. You guys were actually talking over each other. I think, and I hate to play fucking both sides, but you guys weren't fucking listening. Whick, you were irritated by the messages, so you were kind of like, and you're not trusting right now. And whatever conversation you guys had before this, obviously it did not fucking go well. So
all I am doing here, and just to reiterate, all I am doing here is giving out the information, right, that I have received, right? Giving out and letting people see for themselves, right? Because this is what it looks like to me, right? What it looks like to me, right, is the people in Polly's chat are trying to find shit, right? That's what it looks like.
But that's
if
in
it's not,
chat.
if that's not true,
that's everyone in.
No,
in
it's not.
Twitch.
My community does not engage in that.
That's you.
Are you sure? Yeah, my community doesn't engage in that.
Are you 100% sure?
They know how against that I am, and if I find out that any single person in my community is doing that, I will ban them immediately.
Could you prove it?
If someone sent me a screenshot,
right? So you're gonna go to every fucking chatter and be like, "Are you?"
If someone sent me a screenshot, if anyone sends me a screenshot, right, or some evidence that anyone in my community is engaging in mass reporting, I will ban them from my community, right? Any evidence that this is the case, right? Like if I got a DM that someone in my community was saying shit like Leia was, they would be gone.
Okay,
Okay, I just want to. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt and nip this in the bud. I'm sorry. We're past this point. I don't care about this anymore. At this point, the only thing I would be saying is it looks like we've resolved that nobody in Polly's chat, or she's saying nobody in her chat is mass reporting. Multiple people have come in from her chat to say, no, we didn't mass report Whick. We were
What
reporting
did you expect
people.
them to say though? Like,
Okay,
like, yeah, we did it.
wait. Okay,
What
let
the
me
fuck?
finish. Shut up, Black Yamato. I'm throwing you out of this. Okay, I'm sorry. Second. Okay. I'm sorry. Look. Give me a second here. So let's lay things out. Okay. So Polly has said that her community should not brigade or should not mass report. Right. She said that when she was on call with us earlier. Dragon Princess says that she only reported the person who was talking about the eugenics. Fair enough. If that's the case, then fine. Whick is understandably on edge right now because to him it looked like that people were talking about reporting him. And then Dragon Princess says in the chat, I'm out before I go off. He threatened to brigade and go on a harassment campaign earlier today. Is that true, Whick?
Absolutely not. See, this is why I don't trust them. This is why you cannot trust them. Because what I was talking about when my conversation with Polly, and if she hadn't nuked the VOD, you could go see this, but we're trying to pull the VOD so you can actually see this, right? I talked about how I was accused of farming her for content, right? Of using the conversation we were having at the time as content.
Yeah.
And I said, no, that's absolutely not what I'm doing. If I was trying to farm it for content, these are the steps I would take. And then her chat was like, oh, so you're threatening to brigade her. Like the little insane idiots they are, right? To be very clear.
Okay, so wait.
This is why we cannot trust them. They are untrustworthy. They have demonstrated that fact.
Whick, I'm sorry. I understand that you're very sorry now. What exactly did you say before they accused you of threatening to brigade?
So Polly, Polly or one of her chatters, I forget which, said you're just trying to farm this for content. You're just being a content goblin. And I said, no, this is not true. I am not streaming this. I am not telling people that this is happening. I'm not advertising this. If I did want to make this into a clout thing, right? If I would gather my community, stream it myself, advertise it, have everyone gather to watch the fight, basically, that kind of thing, right? And no, shit you not. Shit you not. Her chat was like, oh, so I see you're trying to threaten with brigading.
Okay, let's pause right here. Dragon Princess, are you still in the chat? What made people all of a sudden think Whick was threatening to brigade? Because that's very not Whick. Whick would never do that. It's very, very not Whick character. I don't know if she's still in the chat. Or anybody else who's in the chat who can answer that question. He'd ban us if we did. Yeah. He said he would rile his chat up against her, but that doesn't mean that he's going to mass report somebody or brigade somebody, right? That just means that he was talking about the content specifically. So I do think, Dragon Princess, that was a very uncharitable interpretation on your part. As far as when it comes to saying that he threatened to brigade and go on a harassment campaign. I don't think that's true. I think it's very antithetical to like Whick's character. Stardust, it was something that he said was phrased, I could brigade someone. Was it something like that? I don't know.
I don't think I said any. I don't think I even mentioned the word brigade.
Yeah. So I understand where maybe you found that, Dragon Princess, where you found that, like, riling people up, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's talking about brigading somebody or harassing somebody, right? Brigadier is getting everyone riled up to go harass, not report. He also said he would have gone on a tour. He said brigade. Okay, well, I don't think that that's Whick's intention. Even if he said the word brigade at some point, I don't think that that would be his intention. That may have been just like a miscommunication if that did happen. But he was very clearly talking about the content.
Yes, to be very
you know.
clear, I was saying I would make a spectacle of it, right? You
Yeah,
said
no, he
you
didn't
it's
even
like
threaten.
make a show, right?
Wait
Make
a
it
minute.
into
Wait a
a
minute.
show.
I'm sorry, Whick. You're going to be interpreted as uncharitably as possible right now, so shut up. So Dragon Princess says, I didn't say he was going to do it. I said he threatened to do it. I don't think he even threatened to do it. I think saying that he threatened to do it would be, again, an uncharitable interpretation of the situation. He very clearly is talking about content and talking about riling people up over content, right? Kind of like what Chud Logic does when he gets people in his chat riled up over content. You know, it's not brigading necessarily to get people riled up over content, especially if he was specifically talking about content, right? I think it's just an uncharitable interpretation of this.
And just to be clear,
shut up,
even
Whick, shut up. Capiche? And Wick's mods in the chat are also saying, you know, he would ban us if we ever did something like that.
Can I speak now?
Just a second. Black Yamato says, yeah, that's what he was saying. Considering the fact that he just is going insane over Polly's entire community over somebody who is watching his stream reporting somebody, I'm not feeling charitable. Well, Dragon Princess, look, people like YBE were messaging him off platform. That is actual harassment from a community. YBE was messaging Whick off platform. Somebody else messaged Whick on Twitter. That is kind of going off platform and taking the harassment off platform. So Whick doesn't have to be, you know, overly charitable when he's getting harassed, right? But, you know, fair enough that he needs to moderate his chat. Fair enough that you wanted to report that one chatter. But I don't think it's fair for people to be, you know, coming at Whick this way when Whick was getting harassed off platform, right? And if this were happening to anybody else, it would be a huge deal. Dragon Princess says, yeah, but the only person who actually reported somebody was a member of his community at the time, so why bring Polly into it? Because the screenshots are from Polly's communities, right? And these are people in Polly's community who were acting based off of what was being said in Polly's community. Like, if somebody from my chat, you can screenshot it. If anybody from my chat harasses somebody off platform, I will ban them immediately. And let's see. He's not even streaming right now. Whick has already taken responsibility, Lefty Angler, for his chat. I don't think he disagrees that chat is unacceptable. But again, once again, that is off-platform harassment based on things that have been done, you know, that have been said in another person's stream. Before I get kicked, I was going to say if mods are going after Whick and threatening him, they should be held accountable. I don't know if those people are mods or not. I don't know if they're threatening him, but they are messaging him, and that is kind of, you know, being overly inflammatory to him. YBE has a history of doing that. This is her community doing this, not just random members, VIPs and stuff. Yeah. And again, I will be charitable to Polly. I don't think she's somebody who's pro, you know, deplatforming people. Dragon Princess says, I need to take my migraine medication. Thanks for trying to moderate this star and making sure that he understands that I'm the only person who reported. I'm going to sign off now. I do just want to repeat for the entire chat. I did not report that person as a member of Polly's community. I reported them as a woman who is highly offended by somebody talking about sterilizing women to stop the school to prison pipeline. Good night, Star. Have a great rest of stream. Thank you. Have a good night. Okay. Anybody else want to say anything? Whick, go ahead.
Oh yeah, screenshots. So I have green screenshots of this. Apparently, no. Let me look to make sure that these are the screenshots they're saying these are. Well, I'll look into that in a second because it's a bunch of text and I can't read it as fast. But I didn't want to say, Like, so Dragon Princess says that, but she lied. She lied to you, straight to your fucking face, right? Straight to your fucking face on stream this time, talking. I was threatening Polly. Never once. Never once.
Well,
have
yeah,
threatened
and I
Polly.
addressed that with her, Wick. To
Never
be fair,
once.
Wick, I
Okay.
addressed that with her, right? I told
So
her,
when
hey,
she,
that's
yeah,
a really
if I can finish,
uncharitable.
so that's
Go
why
ahead.
when she says what she says, like, oh, I just want to understand it's not Polly, it was just me. I don't believe her.
Yeah.
I just don't. I can't take her at her word because she's demonstrated that she is a liar. That's all, right?
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know how I am with people I don't know. I want to give them.
I get you. No, I'm not
couple of
asking you to take a
chances,
side here. I'm just reporting, right? Like,
Black Yamato wants also you to send him the screenshots as well.
oh, this is a screenshot of my mod. People saying, "Ooh, oops, yikes!" Right about the comment, and then a little bit later, my mod Blouskittle comes in and says he's taking care of him. Give me time. So.
Okay, based. Yeah, so anybody from Polly's chat who still has a problem with that chatter, Wick has a screenshot here.
There's two. So the first one is everyone saying, "Yikes! Oh, look, sterilization. All this is bad, right?" Like, and then I'm calling on my mods, right? The mod check a little bit calls for mod check. And again, they're addressing me. So in this portion at 1811, right? The 1911, 1811. I can't read that. I'm saying, hey, take care of this, mods, and my mod Blouskittle there is taking care of it.
Okay, all right. So yeah, let's see here. Chat, here it is. Oh, and Stabby also says she reported him. Lefty English says, all I can say is I was there in chat and no one said to harass Wick or report him. Okay, but you know, it still happened, right? Like, fair enough. Nobody said to do that. But, you know, you understand why Wick would be on edge after this, right? Anyways, so, and I'm not saying, you know.
Yeah.
That,
and again,
know,
further context, if I may.
Wait,
further
no,
context.
wait.
Oh.
Let me go over this with chat. Okay, people from Polly's chat who are here who are upset by that one chatter. Looks like people here in his these are screenshots from Wick's chat. So it's saying you know, all these different things here. And then all of these people are commenting on it, and then the next screenshot is when Wick said, mods, please take care of this. And then Blouskittle at 1811 is taking care of it. He says, give me time. And other people were obviously disgusted by what was happening. So, yeah. Okay, sorry. Continue with what you were saying.
Sure, indeed. And again, one of the reasons I'm very, very conscientious of this is, if you remember, right, during Thanksgiving week, James from the internet released a bunch of screenshots of a Discord, right? A Discord that had me and you and Chud Logic and a few other people on a list of people that were actively trying to mass report and delete from Twitch. I didn't get to see James Bond. I think he accused the wrong person, to be clear, right? I think he misstepped. But someone was doing it. We don't know who, right? But there was these logs, right? These chats and these screenshots, and so that was a thing. And so yes, it's very clear, right? Like that the people are out to get me. Like, I'm not being paranoid here. And so when you see chats like that, what am I supposed to think? And again, I don't like, her community has proven themselves to be just liars. They're just liars, and we've demonstrated that today, right? And so when we can't trust them, no, when they say, "Oh, don't worry, we're not doing this," I do worry because I don't believe you. That's all.
Okay, yeah. When there's a history of a community definitely going out and mass reporting people, you know, I definitely understand. And let me tell you guys something. Mass reporting, it is something that I've noticed the far right and the far left both equally do. So if you guys hate each other, stop taking each other's methods, okay? Don't be like each other. Jeez. You know? Yeah, we've all agreed that mass reporting is soy, right? The far right, no, I would say equally. They do it. The far right does it and the far left does it. Don't do it. It's soy, okay? If I recall, Polly was also on that list of targets to go after. That is true, Peter. Polly was on that list of people to go after, so. Wait, when has PollyPeople's community mass reported? I don't think PollyPeople's community has mass reported, but I think what Whick was talking about was specifically like a larger community where people were talking about a list of people to mass report. So, yeah. What does soy mean? Means not the real meat, okay? You're being fake meat. Okay? Hey, Kuro. Why do you think they hate each other so much? They're exactly the same. Please. Yeah, you're gonna get some people upset. Okay, I think we have kind of addressed this as much as we can. Is there anything else you want to say, Whick?
Nope. Thank you for hearing me out.
Yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for dealing with me yelling at you.
Some people have to pay for that kind of service, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Look, I appreciate you, Whick. I don't think anybody should be mass reporting you.
Thank you.
And I think you're based and stuff. And I think we need to be more understanding and more charitable to each other. So
the one thing I will ask before you go, one more favor. Can you say the line? Can you say I'm wicking out? Can you give me that clip?
I'm wicking out.
There we go. Thank you. Okay, I'll let you be. Bye.
Love being called a fucking liar by Whick Soya. Well, wait, what did he say that you were lying about, Redacted? I think this is just a huge miscommunication. Everybody needs to put down the guns, okay? Please. All of Polly's community are liars? He said the community was full of liars. Okay, well, I don't agree with that, okay? I don't agree with saying that Polly's community are full of liars, but I do see why, especially if, multiple people are saying that Dragon Princess is contradicting herself. I do see why there's, like, some suspicion there, right? So. Okay. Guys. Let everybody take a deep breath. Please, consider subscribing. IRI, thank you for the 100 bits. I'll be reviewing this on stream and deciding who gets canceled. Thank you, IRI. I'm just trying to be a voice of reason, regardless. Everybody put down the guns, okay? I thought people who called everything a genocide would understand hyperbole. Okay, well. Nice one, Boots. All right.